My art and science project was the larynx. So starting with cartilages, we have the cricoid cartilage, this ring-shaped cartilage down here at the bottom, the arytenoid cartilages, the corniculate cartilage, the thyroid cartilage, the epiglottis, cuneiform, and I've made those a little larger and longer than they probably should be, or than is anatomically correct, because I want to show that they exist within the edges of the area epiglottic folds, which are these here in white. Moving on to muscles, we have the cricothyroid here in the back, and this technically courses between the thyroid and the cricoid cartilage, but I've lifted them up so I can show you the two halves. And so we have the pars recta and the pars oblique. And then we have the thyroid arytenoid here in red, the lateral cricoarytenoid, transverse arytenoid, which is on the back side here, if I tilt this forward, and the oblique arytenoid, and then finally the posterior cricoarytenoid. For ligaments, they're all done in orange. So we have the cricothyroid ligament, the vocal ligament, and the hyoepiglottic ligament. Motor nerves, for the larynx, it's all vagus, so cranial nerve 10. And then I've tried to differentiate between the recurrent laryngeal nerve and the internal laryngeal nerve by showing those in yellow. So we've got just the standard vagus, and then you have your recurrent and your internal. And then other anatomical features of the larynx include the thyrohyoid membrane, shown here in red, the vocal folds, the green, and the vestibular folds in blue. And then finally, I just like to call attention to the spaces of the larynx. So we have the laryngeal vestibule, which is the space above the vocal folds. The glottis, which is the space between the vocal folds. And then the vallicula, which is the space between the tongue and the epiglottis up here at the top. So there you have it. Just do one full circle.